You know that feeling when you walk into therapy and say, I'm just not okay? And your therapist nods sympathetically, and you sit there thinking, great, now what? Here's the thing nobody tells you. Therapy isn't magic because your therapist is some kind of mind reader. It works better when you're clear because of what happens inside your own brain when you put messy feelings into actual words. Your brain on vague versus your brain on specific. Think of it like this. You're at the doctor's office. You could say, I hurt, and sure, the doctor knows something's wrong, but that could mean anything from a paper cut to appendicitis, right? Now imagine you say, there's a sharp pain in my lower right side that gets worse when I press on it and I threw up this morning. Suddenly, we're getting somewhere. Your emotional pain works the same way. When everything's just one big blob of bad, your brain literally doesn't know what to do with it. It's like trying to fix a car when all you know is it makes a weird noise. But when you can say, when my partner takes 3 hours to text back, my chest gets tight, I start thinking I'm not important to them, and then I want to either send 10 messages or throw my phone across the room. Notice what just happened? You didn't just describe your feelings, you actually separated them into parts. The physical sensation, tight chest, the thought I'm not important, the trigger, slow text, and the impulse, message bombing or phone yeeting. And here's the wild part. The moment you do that, you're already less stuck in it. You're not explaining to the therapist, you're explaining to your own brain. Most people think being specific in therapy is about helping the therapist understand. But actually, you're doing something way more important. You're helping yourself understand. Your brain stores emotional experiences differently than it stores, say, your grocery list. Traumatic or overwhelming stuff often gets filed away in this chaotic non-verbal soup that lives in the part of your brain that doesn't really do language. It's just sensations, flashes, dread. When you manage to put words to it, specific, concrete words, you're literally moving that experience from the panicky, wordless part of your brain into the part that can actually think about it. It's like converting a file format your computer can't open into one it can. And that's when healing becomes possible. The I'm fine trap. We've all been there. Someone asks, how are you? And even when you're falling apart, you're like, you know, just tired, stressed, the usual. It's not that you're lying exactly. It's that pulling apart the tangled mess feels exhausting. Plus, sometimes you genuinely don't know what you're feeling beyond terrible. But here's what happens in therapy when you stay in vague mode. Your therapist can empathize, sure. They can say supportive things, but they can't help you work with something that's still just floating around as an undefined cloud of bad vibes. It's like calling tech support and saying, my computer is being weird. They'll try, but without specifics, you're both just guessing. A simple trick that actually works. You don't need to be eloquent or poetic, you just need a framework. Try this next time something's bothering you. What actually happened? Just the facts, no drama. Example, my friend cancelled plans 2 hours before we were supposed to meet. What did my body do? This is weirdly important. Example, my stomach dropped, my jaw clenched, I felt heat in my face. What sentence popped into my head? Not I felt like, but the actual thought. Example, nobody actually wants to spend time with me. What did I want to do? Or what did I do? Example, I wanted to text them something passive-aggressive. Instead, I just went to bed at 7 p.m. That's it. You don't need flowery language, you're just mapping the sequence. And honestly, the more you do this, the easier it gets. Your brain starts doing it automatically, like learning to ride a bike. But sometimes you literally can't. And that's okay too, real talk. There are times when you can't be clear, and forcing it actually makes things worse. If you're in the middle of a panic attack, your thinking brain is basically offline. Trying to articulate your feelings clearly in that moment is like trying to write an essay during an earthquake. First, you need solid ground. Or sometimes the feeling is so old, so deep, it doesn't have words yet. It's just this ancient ache that lives in your bones. Those feelings need to be felt first, held gently before they can be talked about. And let's be real, if you're talking to someone who's going to mock you, dismiss you, or turn your vulnerability into ammunition, staying vague isn't confusion, it's self-preservation. Therapy works partly because it's a safe place where clarity won't be used against you. The bottom line: being clear in therapy doesn't make you a good patient or if you're emotionally intelligent. It's just a tool that helps your own brain untangle itself. You're not explaining your feelings so your therapist can fix them. You're explaining them so they can stop being this overwhelming, nameless thing that controls you and become something you can actually work with. It's the difference between being trapped inside a storm and being able to step back and say, okay, there's wind from the east, rain, dropping temperature. I can prepare for this. You don't have to do it perfectly. You don't have to do it every time. You just have to know that when you can put your messy feelings into clear words, you're not just communicating, you're healing. And sometimes that's enough.